Welcome back to the Fulfillment Room, a podcast that's going to get you through it. Before I dive into today's topic, I wanted to share some thoughts on the word process. Now, as we all know, process is quote unquote the journey, the how, the cycle of, well, something. Yet, how can a simple term like the word process affect our everyday life? Well, here we go. So I'm going to tell you right now because there's no easy way to put this other than the fact that there is no task, regardless if it's personal or it's an obligation. There's no way for any of those two things, to have a finish line, to have a success, to have a failure without a process. There has to be a pathway that we follow for us to kind of get from the start to the finish, right? Yes, I'm right. And it's only then that we will begin to understand and appreciate, well, the investment in this process. Because without investment, we cannot see past the flaws because there's no true passion, there's no true want or need when you're doing something that you really just don't want to do. And when you don't want to do something, you kind of see all of the negative, and that's what's highlighted rather than you can see past that and see into the strengths and, the positive energies that we go into when we go through the process. Because without it, I'm telling you, we don't want to get up the next day to do it again. Today's podcast is presented to you by Paloma Limas and Company. Paloma Limas and Company, we believe that dance is more than just movement. It's confidence, it's community, and it's a place where every dancer can shine. From tiny dancers to our pre-professional artists, Paloma Limas and Company is where our passion grows. So what are you waiting for? Enroll today and experience the magic for yourself. If we're passionate about the task, that's what really brings us to the finish line and allows us to then look back and just be either happy with what we've done or just know that we can do better next time, right? So, with all of that said, it brings me into today's episode. This has taken over the world, you guys. I'm not even kidding. It's taken over the world. It has changed centuries of holiday traditions, and not just where we live, like all over the planet, if you know what I'm saying. And it has accumulated, and I'm telling you, it has accumulated 137.1 million views, not counting the release of its series finale, because I have yet to get those numbers. I'm telling you, I've been looking for them. I can't find them. And if you haven't put it together yet, we are talking about the sci fi 80s horror series, Stranger Things. We will be hearing the perspectives of three different generations and how the show has impacted their lives and pretty much what they have to say about it. So, before we get into today's segment, I want to introduce three very, very important special guests. They are all Stranger Things fans, and they are all bringing in their own inputs. And what I love about this group of guests is that we have three different generations of fans. Okay, so I'm not going to go into what generations we are, but we're just going to say that there's three different generations sitting down with us today. So, first up, we have our diehard fan. He is a health and wellness specialist by day, but a sci-fi nerd by night, you guys. Yes. This is Mr. Pablo. Hey, Mr. Pablo. Next up, we have our walking encyclopedia, Gabriella. And no, not Cat's Eyes Gabriella, the one and only Gabriella. Yes. Not only can she dance to every tune, but she can literally give you its history all at the same time. So, Miss Gabby, thank you for being with us today. And last but very not least, we have our tiny but mighty Stranger Things fan, Miss Joy Oi Oi. Okay? Now, in my opinion, Miss Joy has a really strong connection to Stranger Things, but I am really excited to see how the Upside Town has turned her around. Upside. That's right. So, really quick before we get started, how is everybody doing today?
Amazing.
Feeling pretty good today.
We're doing pretty good?
Yes.
Joy Oi?
We're doing great.
We're doing pretty great. Okay, well, we have a lot of things to talk about today because Stranger Things is literally like the number one thing that's going on right now. So let's just go straight into it. And I want to know, first and foremost, were your assumptions of the final episode correct?
Mine were not.
Mine actually was.
Oh my
one of
gosh.
them, and
Okay.
I was so happy that it was. Okay, so my assumption was that, we all know that like Callie, that she has that power to create illusions. And so I was like, oh, genius. Like, she's just going to create an illusion that Eleven's going to sacrifice herself and they're actually going to escape and they're not going to be able to find them. And guess what happened?
Oh
That's one of the theories that could happen. But another one was that, like, it's more complicated. It was like, I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, it's called, like, Cutgate, where basically they kept a bunch of, like, recordings from us, and then it was going to make sense at the end, and then it didn't come true. That one didn't. It was
Oh,
pretty
no.
bad.
Oh no. Oh man. Okay, well what was your assumption, Joy? What was your walking into the series finale? What did you think was gonna happen?
I thought that Callie was gonna like go against 11 and Hopper and like team up with Vecna to like kill 11 because the like in volume 2 she was kept telling 11 to like kill herself and I was like, you're crazy there, honey.
Love that. And Pablo?
Yeah, no, I totally thought with the whole wormhole thing, I really thought they were gonna go something about time travel. That it was gonna go back in time, and somehow it was gonna come back to the beginning of when Will got kidnapped. At the beginning. That's what I thought, because most sci-fi movies and stuff like that, it usually something drastic, something like that happens, and it wasn't. The whole thing about what you said about Callie doing the whole illusion, I liked it, but when would she know when they were gonna be back at the beginning?
Yes, okay.
Which is kind of weird. And then she seemed dead.
Yeah. So I
did.
saw another theory was that part where she was like dying, that was an illusion, that she was actually dying slower than when she looked like she was dying, and that was the illusion that she was dying faster. So that way when Hopper left to go get like the medical kits and everything, that she was actually talking to 11 and saying a different plan and all of that.
I could see
So-
that. Okay.
Do you feel that she started planning that after Hopper's speech?
I do. I feel like Callie really saw the connection between both of them, and she really had a change of heart and seeing how their dynamic was, Hopper and 11, and that like he actually wants what's good for her. So she tried to think of a different plan, and that's what happened.
I
She
could
was
see
like,
that.
"Oh,
I love
we
that.
can make something else up."
I love that. Okay.
And there could have been some connection with Elle and Callie, and kind of be like, hey, I am at the gate. Now we can kind of go with our plan. Maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's lots of ifs. Right? So
Possibilities.
and so don't really know. But I
Yeah.
totally thought it was going to be something with time travel, because they kept alluding to the whole Back to the Future. They had the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
There's all these different things, and I'm like, there has to be something with that, which has common other sci-fi things, right?
Yes.
Like they go back in time, or something happens. They go to a different universe. Maybe that could have been a whole different thing, a whole different world where that didn't happen, and then kind of end with like, maybe this is just one world, and in another world something definitely happened. Maybe Elle does die or whatever. So different things, but no.
No, yeah, I would have liked to see that ending though. Like that could have been a possibility. Like there was multiple. I feel like there could have been like a multiple way of ending it, but the way they chose it really kind of like closed off everything. I kind of see where they got with that ending. I really liked it.
Yeah.
But there could have been an ending like that, and it would have been really good. I would have appreciated.
What
that.
about
I
the
know.
whole ending with the little notebook, the little front part of the little?
I
book?
loved that.
Do you think that was kind of like, hey, was this even real? Was the
No.
whole thing even real?
What I
Because
took
it could have been a story.
Literally.
It could have. But what I took it as was that at the end we see that Mike was actually typing up and he was going to be a writer and actually creating things. I took it as that he was creating a whole story of what he went through and what he saw and everything. And
I get that.
was what he was going to put into the game, like the gameplay of Dungeons and Dragons, and that he created that story off of his life.
Okay, well, I will say I thought that they were gonna give me my Harry Potter ending that I wanted because of the whole thing that they were pinning up with Will and Vecna and the Mind Flayer, and how they were all slightly somehow connected with each other, but like not the same. Just kind of like if something happened to the Mind Flayer, happened to Vecna, then something was gonna happen to Will because they were all like.
So you thought Will's gonna die at the end too?
I think I knew. I felt like he was going to because he was gonna have like that whole battle off, or if like that whole like everything that happened to him in season 2. Like with that whole like when the Mind Flayer went in him and then he came out and it had to come out of him. It was like all of that, like something like that.
It would make sense though that when they were attacking the Mind Slayer and Vecna, that he would also have felt something because he was still connected.
Yeah.
But yet nothing happened. He was fighting. He was
Exactly.
actually controlled Vecna at the very end. Remember?
Exactly. That's why I was like, I felt like there was something going on there.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of connections that I felt. That I was like, wait a minute. So then what happened to Will afterwards? Like, does he still have powers?
I felt like there was a lot of details missed that
Yes.
they could have done. And especially, to me, I felt like they should have shown, like, probably a lot of big Stranger Things fans and then asked, like, oh, what details do you have that are shown? And then you'd be like, oh, this. Because, those questions.
I think it was rushed a little bit.
A little bit.
It was because of the whole
Game of Thrones finale, like
Yes.
Oh, I know. I know.
Fell down.
Like, I loved it. I loved
I
how
agree
it
with that.
ended,
I agree
and
with that.
loved the finale, but I do feel, and I was telling Paloma this in the middle of the theater, I was like, does it feel a little rushed?
It's because they spent it on that whole conversation with Nancy and them at the top.
Man.
No,
there was lots of long conversations.
The one with Max and Holly.
Yeah.
Like, just run.
Just run.
Oh my goodness.
But,
Oh.
like, people keep saying that the ending is giving Wicked.
No, you can't.
I see
I
where
don't
you're
know.
coming from. When she, like,
The
escapes.
theory that Mike was giving,
She goes down the trapdoor.
11 was going into the store, and then she went like underground. I guess that happened to Wicked. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Wicked?
Strike 3, Joy.
So she.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I love that.
No.
She doesn't die.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
It's a big death.
Yeah.
I wonder. And Callie Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But that's just Mike's theory.
It is.
And
that
you
is.
have to be the one that says that you believe in his theory or not.
It's the Peter Pan effect. Do you believe in fairies? I do. Yes, exactly. Okay, well, let's move on here. So, who do you feel, just one character, who had the best character, like, evolution? The whole, do you feel had the best build up throughout the entire series? Not just just not season 5, like the whole
thing.
The whole series. Who do you feel had, the most growth or the best storyline or, the best kind of like pathway that led them to the end of the series?
I feel like Joyce had a great like story thing,
Storyline
That shit is-
from the beginning to the end. I love that. Why?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, she just seemed so like into it, and like her lines were like awesome in season 1 and mostly season 1.
Most.
I wish she had more lines in the finale.
I know. How many lines did you have,
She
Gabby?
had like 5. I bet you she got paid a ton though for those 5 lines.
Hey, she
And I
had the
don't
easy
blame her.
job.
It's Winona Ryder.
Just kidding. No, yeah. I feel like I think Dustin had the best.
Okay.
Because I feel
like
like
that
he
answer.
started in like that real baby boy mindset of like everything's Dungeons and Dragons. My whole life is revolved around this. I'm gonna live by it. And then he met Steve, and Steve kind of gave him like that confidence to kind of walk out of that. And then he met Eddie, who gave him his confidence. And then emotionally, he kind of went through it with Eddie and Steve, trying to balance that. And he got to walk out of the series like really making a pathway for himself. Like you actually saw him grow up rather than you saw the other kids where, they did it and they met, it was like girls or it was just school. Like, no, you actually saw Dustin like grow up.
Yeah.
And he lost his one of his friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
he
also
did.
another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to agree with. Yeah, I love Dustin. I think he was probably my favorite character. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Dustin is just pretty good evolution from the beginning to the
I
end.
have to go with Nancy.
Oh,
thought her character development from going to this like semi-shy, like popular, like kind of like just like to herself girl, like in high school, to this
Yeah.
like really cool like
To the one who dropped out.
woman that dropped out of
Yeah.
college because she figured she didn't need it, and she got her job where she wanted to go even though she didn't go to college. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Rambo. She looked like Rambo at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
But since we're talking about it, in your opinion, who is the real villain in the Stranger Things series, the universe, the whole thing? Who do you feel is...
This is gonna be a little bit whatever, but I really feel the government.
I was about to say that.
Because if the government or
the
the military
government.
was not involved, it would have been like happy ending.
It would have been peaceful. Well, not peaceful, but it would have been like
they would have fought off everybody, Vecna and the Mind Flayer, and then be like, hey, we're good. Nobody's gonna try to get 11 or anybody.
yes.
What's her name?
Callie.
Callie would have been good with her friends.
Yes.
They wouldn't have been running away.
Lot
Well,
of less
theoretically
deaths.
speaking,
Yeah.
if
Lot of
this
less
was the
deaths.
whole deal, this all started beforehand, before the whole show started, so there technically wouldn't even be a Callie or a
Yeah.
11 or anything like that.
100%.
There wouldn't have been one. It would have been a very, very different.
There would have been less deaths. There would have been. Oh well, yeah.
There wouldn't have been a Stranger Things,
There would have been,
guys.
There would not
basically,
be a
because of all the
Stranger
test subjects. But what I thought was crazy, because
But
I
I
was
agree with that.
also gonna say the government. That was like my number one thing. Was that how crazy it was with all those pregnant women trying to
Yeah.
duplicate every single child and try to create multiple Henry Creels,
Yeah.
insane.
And what happened to them?
They all died. They went
Yeah.
into the abyss.
Yeah.
They
They're
did.
gone.
They're gone.
Talking about the wormhole and the abyss. Remember when the car, the BMW, goes through and then there's a hole?
Oh yes,
Yes.
Scar.
How come things didn't continue to go through the hole?
Right, like the church and
Duffer
other
Brothers,
buildings.
we need to have a conversation.
There was a hole there.
I honestly thought that the car was gonna get the hole stuck.
What I didn't understand was at the end when the whole thing went away. How is it that those 3 soldiers on the floor didn't get sucked in?
What 3 soldiers?
There was 3 soldiers, or 3 people, or if it was Mike or anybody, they were all so close to it. You can see it visually in the effects. The actual wind that's pulling them is in their area. Are they
I
on the
also
ground?
saw another thing where with 11 and her being in the wormhole and everything, if she was actually there, wouldn't she have gotten hit sooner by flying debris, or you wouldn't see anything pass through her? Because it looks like stuff was passing through her. It looked like she was in illusion. Because she was. I believe.
I believe in fairies. I do.
I believe.
Okay, what do you feel is the real villain?
I was gonna say Papa. Or
Papa?
What's his name?
Dr. Brenner.
Because he started it all, the
No, technically he continued it.
Yeah.
He was just another.
Yeah. Because of Henry was the first one, and then they just kept going and going.
But I can
Yeah.
see her view too.
I get it, I
Why
get it.
couldn't he have stopped the cycle?
But another thing that's confusing is that I thought that they took Henry when he was in middle school or something, and then they showed him in the play in high school.
In high
But
school,
I
that
thought
was
he was
kind of
in the
weird
lab.
too. Yeah.
Just to know, we can keep this one short and sweet.
Okay.
Who or what brought you to the show? I feel like this is so important for a lot of us because especially since we're going through generations of it all. I know for a fact, Joy, you were not born watching the show. Or because I don't think you went into it straight from season 1 like Gabby did. So who brought you to the show? What made you say, I'm going to sit and watch this show today?
Well, this happens with every show that I like. But my dad was like, we should watch this show. It looks interesting. And I was like, I don't want to watch it. And then we finished it, and I was like, wait, I want to see it again. It was pretty cool. And then I don't know how old I was. I was probably 8.
I love that. Okay, what about you, Gabby?
And your dad's my age.
For me, I want to say I started with my sister was very big into those stuff, those shows and everything, and she loved her fantasy shows. And that's when she just started dating her boyfriend, who in fact does Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
He
I love that.
is what he calls himself, a dungeon master.
Oh,
Whatever
he's a
that
Mike?
is. Yeah, he's a Mike. So she was talking to me about how he was interested in this show because there was like a Dungeons and Dragons theme.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, like that's kind of nerdy. I was like, it's kind of nerdy. Like, okay, whatever.
You were Holly's friends, huh?
Yeah, I was. I wanted to not pay attention to it. But me being me, I got curious and I just watched the trailer, and the trailer looks cool. So I gave it a chance, and I just started watching it. After season 1, I was hooked. I wanted to wait for like season 2, and then by then I got all my friends hooked. So.
Yeah. Okay, what about you?
Oh, I've always been into fantasy and sci-fi stuff. That's all I watch. And I remember watching the first season. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. I love it. If you guys are like a little bit like a lot of people have been asking, what do I watch? What do I watch now? There's a really good show called Dark. That's amazing. That's very similar. It's about time travel, and kind of like a wormhole too. And it's kids. It's actually from Germany. So it's like it's I think it's not, I don't know if it's dub or it was just English. I don't remember, but it's very good. It wasn't as dark. Like obviously Stranger Things wasn't as dark. Sometimes I really like dark sci-fi. Love it. This one was a little bit more happy-ish, but it's a kid. It's more like it's supposed to be like more general, right? It's not supposed to be like a.
Well, I feel like because if you really pay attention to it, I saw a post recently. I can't quote it for sure, but you know, the Duffer Brothers are talking about the show, and they were really saying how they wanted it to be a coming of age story from the beginning. And I think that's why they kept it really light, because it just in my like going back, like that's where I see Dustin. Like he had his full coming of age story, and it kind of gave it to them. I think in the way it needed to. It gave them all different aspects. Every character had their own story to tell. And I think that's why they really started it light. It kind of gave me, I know I go back, but I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, but it gave me like the whole Harry Potter logo. But like as the seasons went on, it got darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. So like
that last season though of Stranger Things, there was more gore and more like for her. Remember that part whenever she actually uses the gun and the guy.
That was cool.
That one was like, oh dang, they went there.
Or whenever they would like gouge their eyes out like with powers.
Yes.
With the scientist, remember
Yes,
that?
yes.
That
No
was-
eyes.
That was like, oh
dang.
For me, I do see Stranger Things season 1 and 2 more mysterious and darker than the rest of the seasons.
Yes.
But I feel like that's because we were starting off with like they don't know how it's gonna go. But you gotta think of the time period also.
Yes.
It makes more sense.
I get that. Well, before I go on to our next question, I do want to say that all of these amazing drinks today have been provided by Mikasa Nutrition.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys, Mikasa Nutrition.
Super good.
The best place that I get to walk to every day. Okay?
And I got the upside down.
I got the Mind Player.
I got that one too.
I also got the upside down.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. So if you guys ever need an amazing nutritional protein tea, shake, waffle, I'm telling you guys, these waffles are my new addiction. They're mini waffles.
Oh, I did see those.
Yes. You know, long story short, the donut machine broke and introduced the mini waffles that I am currently obsessed with.
Those
Okay?
could be the 11 waffles.
I love that. So if you guys ever need
Yes.
an amazing drink to kind of keep you hydrated through the day, give you what you need, Mikasa has it for you. So thank you so much, Mikasa, for providing our drinks for today. And let's kind of go into it. Going into what we're talking about right now, I really want to go into the battle scenes and the fight scenes that they had in season 5.
Okay.
For me, episode 4 gave me Game of Thrones. That, in my opinion, it gave me Game of Thrones mixed with Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah.
It gave me those with the shots and the scenes and how they filmed everything.
What about The Witcher? Have you guys watched The Witcher?
I've seen
I
parts of it.
haven't.
I've
I
seen
haven't.
A
clips.
little bit of that,
Yeah.
like the monsters, whenever they're fighting us. But definitely, yeah, I still Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm a massive. I wouldn't say I'm a huge diving into it. I'm like full on dancer all the time, but I truly love to just sit down and like indulge myself into a full on series like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Twilight, Divergent, Stranger Things. Something that really kind of takes me into a different world.
Yes.
And makes me kind of just forget about the world I'm in and puts me into this world that I'm watching. And that's why I feel like I really love these types of shows and movie series. I was a little sad that I didn't get that fight at the end of the series finale. Like I loved what I saw with Vecna and with with 11, but
It was too short.
it was, I wouldn't say, I think it was. Like, Steve was talking longer than what I
Yeah.
saw.
I agree on that. I wish we saw more of the mind flayer. Like
I wanted
the
to see him in
actual,
actual action. I
in
wanted to
action.
see what it is that he could do.
Maybe even going into the upside down
Yes.
and then to the real, like, their
that would've
world.
been cool.
That would have
Yes.
been cool, especially since there was like those openings.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for me, and I think I told you this.
Yes.
Mid theater, I was like, we saw Will's power at episode 4. We don't see it again
Until
the finale.
I like
That
why
made me
I saw this
really
amazing
sad.
I saw this amazing like theory or like kind of like assumption where they're like I can't wait to see from volume 1 to 2 where they're like I can't wait to see Elle and Will training together.
Yes.
I was like I'm down for that.
Or like Elle, Will, and Callie working
Oh,
together
oh.
and finishing
been
off
cool.
the mind
Yes.
flayer.
I mean, of
And
course, I mean at the time we really didn't know.
yeah, we didn't know.
We didn't know. I mean, we weren't like, "Oh my gosh, that's what's going on." Like we all thought like Hopper died again. For the third or fourth time
I
already?
know, right?
Yeah.
That we thought this happened. But I was really like kind of aiming to see that. I think I wasn't let down in volume 2 like a lot of other people were saying because
Yeah.
I think that they were trying to go for characterization. But I do feel like the preparation of it all, they could have done all of that prep in volume 2. They could have gone through Will's monologue like first episode of volume 2, or second episode. The last episode of volume 2 could have been that
Yes.
whole preparation to get there. And then they could have ended it when Steve fell.
Yeah.
And then start the series when you catch him and then we all, because imagine that suspense when everyone was like already saying like, we don't want Steve to
my
die.
patience would have run so thin.
But that would have, but imagine how many more views it would have gotten
A
because
lot.
everyone was fighting for
Or
Steve.
when Hopper shot through the glass.
Ooh.
And then,
That
and then
one?
she's
Yes.
bleeding. And pow.
Yes.
Yes.
I
That
saw
would've been
that.
good.
I got so shocked.
I was like, oh dang, okay.
I thought she was
okay.
gone. I was
11's
like,
gone,
how are they
alright.
gonna fight them now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're talking about this, do you feel, how can I say it? Do you feel that they split the volumes, you know,
Appropriately.
appropriately? Thank you. Do they split it appropriately, or do you feel like it was even necessary?
Because the way that they did it with the holidays, I think was good. 'Cause they were like, okay, let's get people on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or whatever.
Yes.
Then they'll go through the holidays and they'll have something to watch. So I think it was like that, like maybe the holidays kind of like trying to work it the best way.
Yeah.
I think if it would have been like in the middle of summer, it might have been a little different. I just think that they really try to take advantage of the.
Hold on, did you guys know
definitely agree
that
on
the
that.
Stranger Things was literally supposed to come out the day after Wicked for Good came out, and they moved it?
You know, I see that because
They
Wicked for
did,
Good
and
was
I'll
so
never
good.
forget when I first saw it. I looked down and I said, "Wait a minute, they're gonna kill me because I'm seeing Wicked for Good, and then I'm gonna have Stranger Things the next day. Like, they're trying to kill me."
They wouldn't
They wouldn't do that. They wanted their own day.
No, so then
which
they literally made it for
understandable.
me. It was Wicked
Yeah.
week, Stranger Things week, Thanksgiving.
I saw
Like-
a stat that just for the finale, it was $25 million on those just 2 nights.
Yeah.
In the
And
theaters.
just 2 nights.
Just the 2 nights.
And it was
$25
worth it.
million.
It was. It was.
And
It
they
was
basically
worth
gave
it.
it for free because they gave us snacks.
Yeah.
I know.
Basically, those theaters were
You
probably
guys,
sad.
the first time we went, we literally had 5 vouchers, and I had $3 left over in my gift card with those 5 vouchers.
That's hilarious.
3
Yeah,
large
Yeah, we were
popcorns.
talking about that. I think some people were more lenient than others. I don't know if
Yes.
they were really respecting the $20.
Oh, we
Is it-
did.
I think I got more food. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, I
can
think I
please
got
believe
more,
that.
and they're like, "No, you're good." I'm like, "What?" They
Okay,
didn't-
What was
well,
the question?
huh?
Oh, the question.
Oh, it was. Do you think that it was necessary for them to do the
Oh,
volumes,
split the
or
volumes, yeah.
do you think they
Oh,
did
yes,
it? You
'cause I was
know,
agreeing with him on the holidays.
yes.
I say that the holidays are good. I think they could have done more than 8 episodes, but then again, like, we don't know their contract with Netflix, so I'm not too sure. I do know for a fact that Netflix says it has to be like under a certain time limit for each episode, so that way they can keep doing more. But I feel like since it is a big show and it can rack in more money, that they could have done either more episodes or maybe just a longer finale. I do think that the way they cut up everything though could have been done differently, like you
Yes.
said. Like
Yeah.
maybe where Steve was falling, that could have been the cutoff.
Or
for
when
volume
Hopper,
2,
yeah.
or when Hopper shot Elle, that could have been the cutoff. Something more like
I
like what's
more,
gonna
I like
happen.
more episodes. That would have been cool. The
Yeah.
whole fighting the mind flayer would have been amazing.
Yes.
More. I could even see what you're talking about, like the whole Will, Elle, and
Callie.
maybe like you said,
Training.
training together. I could have seen them. Let's say the Demogorgons and everybody like coming with the mind flayer,
Ooh.
and then them
Instead of
kinda
being on
doing the whole,
vacation.
Yeah.
and then like killing everybody off like in their mind, and then the mind flayer going in people's mind and messing with them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would
the
have
way
been
Vecna messed with Hopper.
that would have been cool,
Yes.
but
Yes.
he didn't do anything. He was just
I wish we saw more like Demogorgons. I'm so
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the Demogorgons were nowhere to be
yeah.
seen. in
But the
Robin.
eggs were there,
sorry. Yes, but the eggs.
but no bats, no dogs.
Well, I
Dogs,
heard. I
nothing.
actually.
Dogs,
I saw in an
Demogorgons.
interview. I saw in an interview that they were not going to include the bats in season 5. Like they put
Did they
it.
say why? Like, do
They. I think personally, I think it had to do with one. It wasn't really budget. I think it was just like they didn't. I can't exactly remember. Their answer wasn't valid. It was just kind of like a whatever answer. But I feel like at the end of the day, I think that the bats were just too much on top of the
There was, like, a lot
Demogorgons. It was just a lot happening because then at that point it really would have been a Game of Thrones moment where you would have had so
Yeah,
many
so
things
many.
going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And then
But-
it
Or
was
even,
just
or
like
even like a Lord of the Rings fight. Like
Ooh.
you know, how, like all the everybody just like is like wow.
Yes.
Yes.
But you also have to think you have so many people. So if you have so many people, you can.
Well, I was
split
no,
them
actually,
up.
I was looking at an interview the other day, and it was saying how that when they were doing in the Mac, when they were doing that big fight scene in episode 4, that they wanted more Demogorgons,
Yeah.
and that they actually just decided to go on like 3 or 4. Like that's it. They wanted to do the 3, and they kept it at that. I mean, right?
Another one that I did see was that you know how the military had a base inside the upside down.
Yes.
We don't know if they burned everybody
Ooh.
and killed all the bats
True.
with fire
That's a good one.
because they had it there.
Yeah, in my mind, that's really good. Now that you say that.
You know, because
Because-
we don't know the time frame.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because that was a weird, like whenever they start the next
Yeah.
season, there's like, oh look, they have a freaking
Thing
lab
upside
inside.
down. Yeah.
Oh, when did that happen?
Well, in my mind, I thought like those were all the demo bats, and then that's how many there were. Even though there was so little that killed Eddie, like maybe that's all there was. But again, what also made me like think is how are they settling in the upside down? Is the upside down easy to get into now? Because in season 1, it was really hard to get into. Remember, like
Yes.
I even thought that
Yeah.
in season 1, if you were going into the upside down, like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And the
That's certain
spores
death.
and all that
Yes.
stuff, and then became, no, we're just breathing.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens.
It's fine to breathe in the air.
Yeah.
And it
upside
literally
down.
gave that reference at the very end when
Yeah.
Robin was sticking her head out and Steve was like, close that window, I don't want any more of those things in the car.
Yes.
Like in the truck. So I was like, yeah.
So to me, is like, are they adapted to that now? When did they figure out that it was less
Yeah.
worse than in season 1? They
I
don't
remember
have to
that.
wear hazmat suits anymore to go into the upside down.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, well, I wanted to ask this. We have like 2 more before we go into our next little segment here. If you could have brought anybody back for the series finale, who would it be and why? And I'm going to start because mine is the most unvalid answer you can get in existence. I would bring back Angela. And I want to see the demo dog eat Angela
That's so
from
crazy.
season 4 when she was like, Angela!
You know, I see
The
that
one that
now.
she hit with the skate, I would have loved to have seen her being like, oh my god, and just end up there randomly.
I wish we would have seen her scene 11 use her actual
That's
powers.
why I would have been like,
That would make
Angela!
sense.
Like,
Yeah.
for me, I don't know. I was bullied as a kid. I was an 11 being bullied by Angela. So for me, it was more of like a personal choice for me. As I
Like
said, it's
revenge.
very unnecessary type of answer. But I feel like
That's
that
what you
because if I look back at all the characters, I can see their storyline, and I would love for them to come back. But they had to have passed in a way for the story to build,
Yes.
for the characters to build. It kind of gives them like at the end where they're having the flashbacks when Joyce is like hacking at Vecna, and they're all having that flashback moment. I personally, in my head, I was like, Angela. I want Angela back, and I want to see a demo dog eat Angela's face. That's what I want.
I like that.
I want that. Okay,
What
so
about Helen?
Helen?
What's the first girl with the glasses?
Barb.
Barb?
I
Barb.
was gonna say that. I
I
want
would
Barb
Barb back.
Well, I will say
Somehow, like maybe she's stuck somewhere with the.
no. We saw her. We
Yeah,
saw
I
her.
know, I
dead.
know, but something.
She was dead.
Well, I was really funny because
It's like
Barb
Jimmy
was at
Fallon.
the series finale.
Fallon won.
She was on the
Yeah.
red carpet.
So everyone
And
thought
everyone thought Barb was there, so the whole time I was like, "Where's Barb? Where's Barb? Where's Barb? Where's Barb?" I was like waiting, and all I saw was that one moment when Barb
Jimmy
was like,
Fallon wanted her back so
"Oh no,
bad.
literally! Oh my gosh, he
So
did.
bad.
He did want her back so bad." And there's an interview. I think they had it like in the season 2, and they were like, they kind of put the end on Barb because that there was a petition everywhere online to bring Barb back.
They're like, "She's
And
gone,
he was like,
guys."
who knew that an actress with only 25 lines
Yeah.
would have such a big
Impact.
impact? And I'm like, no, it wasn't the lines though for me. It was the situation. Like,
And it was the friendship.
yeah.
I love how she was there for Nancy and she actually cared for
And but I
Nancy.
do love that they flashed back to her for Nancy. Like
Yes.
that was Nancy's
Yes.
flashback
Yeah.
was Barb because she
Yeah.
fought so hard for her
At
for
the very end
so
when,
long.
when they're chopping off her head,
Yep.
right?
Gas, gas, gas. Yep.
I was gonna say Barb.
You're gonna say Barb?
Barb.
I would have brought back Bob.
Oh, I love Bob.
I
Bob.
loved Bob.
I love Bob.
When Joyce had her flashback and that was the number one thing that she thought of, that one hurt me. I was like, Bob! Cause like,
But if there was no Bob, if Bob was back, there would be no Hopper.
Hopper.
yeah,
Or
And
at least
Joyce.
they wouldn't be together.
And I will say this,
No
and I
Chopper.
told you, I am so sad that Elle had to go
I know, I wish
before
they were a little family.
Will and Elle could have been siblings.
Well, they were siblings for a little bit when they were in
No,
California.
they were just roommates.
Okay.
They were just roommates because essentially Elle was a stowaway.
They already felt like they were siblings. Her and Jonathan too. I can see that Jonathan also cared
Yes.
for her a lot. But I wish Bob was there because he was a really sweet guy. He really cared for Joyce when she needed him, and he was really smart too. Like he figured out
Yep.
why the tunnels.
The tunnel.
Yes.
He figured out the tunnels, and if it wasn't for him, there would have been no next.
No,
step
I
into
agree
what
with
they were
that.
doing.
And in a way, I saw an interview with Noah Schnapp.
No snap.
Noah Schnapp. And he literally said, I feel so bad because it's my fault that Bob died.
Yeah,
It
but
was
it's okay.
it was his character's fault that Bob had his
Your mom.
I I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but did he sacrifice himself? Or no? They
No,
just
he
attacked
didn't.
him, right?
He had
attacked
just
him?
finished everything. He was
they were,
getting up.
walking out and then
He had
And then
done
there was
something.
a bottom.
Something had happened. I can't go back. I just remember because it's such an iconic scene, and I've seen it now since I've been doing so much research on this. Is that everyone goes back to this scene of Bob, and I just see him getting up, looking at Joyce with that crooked, nerdy smile, and then whoosh,
That
and then he's gone.
hurt.
because they were almost out
hurt.
of the building, right?
Yeah, they're running outside. They're going.
They're going.
They're barely at the doors.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
they were all celebrating, which never celebrate while you're still inside something. Always get out
Like,
of
at
the
very end,
situation
too, they're always
first.
celebrating, and the trucks are like, "Hey, we're done." And then they
Yeah.
They didn't learn.
It's like,
They
nah,
didn't
this
learn.
can't- This can't be the ending.
No.
Not like this.
So always celebrate after you finish everything.
Yes.
But when they did celebrate and then he got attacked, that part hurt me.
I'm telling
I
you,
was really hurt by
it
that.
happens, man. It happens. It does. It does. It does. It does. Okay. Last question in this little segment that we have. Let's just say there's a season 6. Who would be the next guest starring actor that they would put on? What would their purpose be? What would their storyline be?
Are we talking about names we know, actors, famous
Actors, actresses you know, and who would you want? For me, I would definitely give a really strong either Star Wars, older character,
Oh, somebody
an
come back?
original comeback
Oh,
to get
okay,
not
okay.
how they brought in
The Terminator?
the Terminator, they brought her in. I would love to see a Star
wow.
Wars fan in there. I would love to see a Lord of the Rings in there. I would love to see an actor imagine Orlando Bloom just coming in and we're all like, I know you kind of deal. And I said Orlando Bloom because it's the one name I can tell you because I'm telling you my brain's foggy with names.
Or an 80s movie.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of what other 80s movie.
Because I know that I think Bob was from,
Bob's from Rudy.
Yes.
and from
Isn't he from Goonies?
Goonies.
He's from Goonies.
Goonies.
So they brought him. So they're really bringing in like
Yeah.
these like I would
Goonies
love.
is from the 80s, right?
Yes, so I would love to see an 80s
Oh, that
actor
would've
come
been
in
good.
and just.
Oh dang.
I know who.
What
Yeah.
other 80s?
And hear me out, Johnny Depp.
Oh!
Johnny Depp, and then
I can see
him
Johnny Depp.
going into season 6 actually being evil, but trying to pretend he's a good guy and going after Joy
Oh!
while Hopper's there. Yeah,
And then he's like, get this.
that happened in real
Watch,
life.
are you ready? He's a barber.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a barber, you guys.
a
He's a
barber.
barber. Not only because he did Edward Scissorhands, because he was in Sweeney Todd. Yes.
Get it, guys?
That would be
get it.
good. Here's another one that I've been thinking about. What if one of the kids escaped or hid when Henry was killing all the kids, and one of the kids escaped or was hidden, and it could be maybe one of those characters,
One of the characters.
and has been hiding in the town
Yeah.
all this time, watching everything happen, and then at the end maybe he comes out, or maybe something, or he watches Elle, like maybe, or so I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
I get that.
Now that I'm putting our ideas together, or he's with Johnny Depp and they go to that new town Montauk and
Orlando
they're-
Bloom,
yeah.
you didn't make the cut. I'm just
Sorry.
kidding.
we had a
No, I love that. I love
Yeah.
this.
And then now that starts a new cycle because Montauk, if you guys didn't know,
Yes.
was actually what it was based off of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, it was.
So now they start a new journey, Hopper and Joyce in Montauk, with this whole new different whole psychological fiasco happening
Yes.
with Johnny Depp and that kid that randomly came out.
Hey.
I love that.
Duffer Brothers, get us in.
We'll be your next.
in the writing
We'll be
room.
your next production crew. Okay, so in our next segment, you guys, we are going to be doing a rapid fire Stranger Things edition. This is how it's going to work.
I'm pretty bad at stuff like that.
It's
I'm
okay.
really
So
good
am
at
I.
stuff like that.
I'm a very indecisive human being, but we're gonna just kind of get into this. So this is how it's gonna work, so that we can give Mr. Pablo enough time to get his sci-fi info in agreement. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say the question and just blurt it out.
Okay.
But here's the thing, is that if you take too long, the clock sound in the back that's ticking, like the Henry clock, is going to be ticking louder and louder and louder and louder. Okay? So, and we're going to be doing zoom in moments to make sure that we all know what's going on. This is in real time, people. This is in real time here. So this clock in the back is just going to get louder and louder and louder until our guests answer their question fully. Yes?
Got it.
No need for explanations. Just say the answer.
I crack under pressure, so I don't
It's
know
okay,
this is
so do I. Okay, so are we ready for our
Yes.
rapid fire Stranger Things edition?
Yes.
Going with question 1. Favorite character, go.
Dustin.
Steve, Will.
Ooh.
I'm already
Okay,
breaking it.
okay. Hawkins or the upside down?
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Upside down for me. Okay, 11 or Max?
Max.
11.
Max.
Jinx.
Okay. I feel like this is going to be an easy answer, but I don't know. What about Steve or Jonathan?
Steve.
Steve.
Okay, how about Steve or Eddie?
Steve.
Eddie. Yes. Okay. Scoops Ahoy or Surfer Boy Pizza?
Surfer Boy.
Why don't we just put them? If we have a collaboration, because I can't pick.
I'm
You can
lactose
have them together in
intolerant.
the same restaurant.
Yeah. You know what? Scoops Ahoy. Imagine this: Surfer Boy Pizza serving a Scoops Ahoy. Wait. Serving a cookie pizza.
Oh, there you
Cake.
go. Yeah.
Oh, see, you had to wait for the answer, you guys. Gosh. Okay.
That seemed like ice cream. On
Ew, no, that's gross. Okay, most underrated character.
Oh, Lucas's sister, what's it?
Lucas's sister.
Oh, Erica.
Erica.
Yeah.
Spells. You can't spell America without
Without
Erica.
Erica.
Love that.
Amazing.
Underrated.
character.
Underrated character.
I have to go with Bob, guys. Come on. I have a soft spot for Bob.
Yeah, I think we all do. Oh, you guys, it's ticking, tick, tick. Oh my gosh, Vecna's coming, Joy, hurry up.
I was gonna say Derek, but everyone likes Derek.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's good.
okay.
Yeah.
I like it though. Hey, imagine if he would have been in season 4.
Ooh, that would have been a good
That would have been a good one. Okay. Funniest moment in the show. Not bloopers. Moment in the show.
It's your grandma. It's your
Fernanda.
grandma. Yeah.
Your mom.
I like that.
Oh my gosh. I love that. That one's funny. That one's funny. Okay. Scariest monster. Clock's ticking.
Scariest monster.
Vecna himself. That first time he popped out, that was insane.
Before he
Before he got like skinny. Like,
what is it they say?
Oh,
He
yes.
was the Ozempic. He got on
Yeah,
Ozempic.
got
the
Ozempic.
GLP-1.
Yeah.
I think the very first time we ever see a Demogorgon, the full size one.
Okay.
The monster of the season.
For me, it's the bats.
Mm.
It's the bats because they fly, bro. You can't.
Also, they
You
can
can't.
get into like the thinnest like vents.
Exactly.
So
Like
I
the
see
bats
that.
are a little scary. Okay. Your favorite season that you have rewatched, not the whole show, the season you always go back to.
Season 3. Always.
Season 2.
Believe it or not, I never watched anything.
Really? You haven't rewatched any of them?
None of them.
That's
Okay, so if you could pick a season just to
I
whim
almost
it
never
up.
rewatch anything. Believe it or not, right? I never rewatch. But if I had to pick, I would probably have to watch season 1.
Oh, I
just
like
get
that
this
where
out.
it started.
Yeah.
Did you
I
say
would-
yours?
4.
Oh, okay.
Mad Max's storyline has been good.
That one's good.
I love that. I love that. Okay, here we go. A couple more before we go into the lightning round, you guys, okay? Lightning round, if you don't answer, done for. Here we go. Walkie-talkies or cell phones?
Walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkies over here. Okay, Eggos or no-goes?
Eggos.
Eggos.
Same. Okay, who from the Stranger Things series would you trust with your life? I'll go first. Steve.
Robin.
Robin.
I was gonna say Bob.
I really thought you were going to say your favorite character.
Oh, Nancy.
I thought you were going
I
to say
would
Nancy.
her too, but honestly, once Robin stepped into the picture, I love her.
I get that.
Robin's
The
amazing.
fact that she clicked music with saving the people that were already getting like taken from Vecna, like amazing.
I love
She was
that.
like she was like the second Destin. She
Yes.
was always
Yes.
connecting
And
things.
Bob.
Yeah. Oh, Bob. Yeah.
There you go. 2 and 1.
Yeah, that's why I
Okay.
love her.
Favorite friendship duo?
Max and 11.
Destin and Steve.
Justin and Steve.
Max and 11. Their bond is like. You don't know?
I honestly, I feel like Robin and Steve.
Oh, I like that. Robin and Will.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
Robin and Will.
But at the very end.
Yes.
Yes, and I feel like because we didn't get to process that enough, we couldn't appreciate it as much as, at least for
yes.
me, Robin and Steve.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, here goes. Last question before we go into the lightning round. Would you move out of Hawkins immediately, or you would never move out of Hawkins?
Heck yeah.
I wouldn't move.
I would.
You would immediately move?
Yes.
Immediately? Okay, if I'm speaking realistically, I would immediately move. But then again, I'm chismosa, so I wouldn't know what's happening. I wouldn't know what's happening in Hawkins, so I'd stay.
Or go back for holidays.
Oh yeah. See how everyone's doing.
I would leave.
She would leave.
I feel like I would leave immediely. That stuff's just
That's
too scary
realistic.
for me.
Yeah,
I'd be
it's
like, peace
realistic.
out, Hawkins. This is too much. Okay, here we go. Enter our lightning round. Here it goes. Remember, you answer, you don't answer. In 3, 2, 1. Vecna or Demogorgon?
Vecna.
Demogorgon.
Vecna.
Dustin's laugh or Steven's hair?
Dustin's laugh.
Steven's hair.
Steve's hair.
Max's headphones or Eleven's powers?
Eleven's
Eleven's
power.
power.
Robin's power.
Okay, Hopper yelling or Joyce panicking?
Hopper yelling.
Hopper yelling.
Hopper yelling.
For me, it'd definitely be Joyce panicking because that's a little funny.
She's a little
My-
too much for me.
It is. Okay, the question of the day, of the evening, of the podcast, 80s vibes or modern day?
80s vibes.
All the way.
80s vibe.
80s vibes all the way. Awesome. Okay, well, now that our lightning round is over and everybody has survived
Yay.
and walked out alive, yes, I would like to just wrap this up in really quick with just a couple more questions before we go. I want to know what has been your favorite Stranger Things reference? And if you don't know one, that's totally okay. But what has been your favorite, Goonies reference, Star Wars reference?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future reference. What has been something that you've watched and you said, oh my gosh, that's totally giving me these vibes? Moment.
I like when they did the Ghostbusters
Very
season
cool.
2 when
I
they
love
did their
that.
costumes as Ghostbusters, and then they all like talked about it, and he's like,
Yes.
you be him. Well, why can't you be him? Oh, well, is it because I'm like all of that? That
That's
was
a good
pretty
one.
funny.
Yes.
And honestly, I don't know if this counts too, but the whole show being off of Dungeons and Dragons, since they play that, I loved how they did that. I love the Dungeons and Dragons tie into
Yes, I love that. What about you, Pablo?
Definitely Back to the Future and E.T.
Yes.
Remember the E.T., the when they're on the bike? And
Yes.
that was super funny.
it. That was good.
Yes. Well, I have to agree with that. I think E.T. is one of my favorite ones. But
Scary movie, though.
it is.
Scary movie was pretty good.
Scary movie when we were kids. Now it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
I like
say
the Jason.
my
Have you seen
ultimate.
it? Joy, have you seen E.T.?
Scary movie.
You need
She
to
has- You
watch.
have not seen E.T. Oh, okay.
You need to watch
Is
E.T.
that
Not
the-
scary movie,
is that
Gabby.
My bad.
80s or the 70s? It's the 80s.
Yes, full on. No, you need to watch E.T. It's a classic. It's a classic. I would say my number one reference that I loved just actually in season 5 was the Jurassic Park reference when they did the demo dogs in the
Oh,
hospital laundry room
when they're like-
and they had them sitting and you can see the reflection
raptor-
through.
the
Yes.
raptors.
It gave me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, Jurassic Park.
Yes.
And Jasmine was like, what are you talking
No, the
about? And I was
raptor
like,
scene.
just
The
wait.
raptors.
I watched an interview and literally Duffer Brothers said they took
That's
the Jurassic
an ode
Park,
to Jurassic
the Jurassic Park scene when they had, they could see the raptors and everything. That was my ultimate 100% favorite reference.
That was a really good reference.
I love
with
that
the,
one.
With the boombox going on.
Yes.
Turn that off.
She's coming back. I was like, oh my gosh. How did you die?
Yeah.
Song.
Boombox.
Okay. Okay, last thing here. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I had it there. Okay, here it is. Who is your inner Stranger Things character?
My what?
Your inner Stranger Things character.
Like who you are.
Who are you? If you were to step into the series, who would be your character?
Super easy. Dustin.
I see it.
Nancy.
Nancy?
Nancy. With that character development.
I don't know.
I feel like you would be a great Will. And the reason I feel that is because I know Joy personally, and I feel like, I've always said it, and I'm not trying to get so personal into it, but there's a lot of times where so many people underestimate what it is that you can do, in a lot of ways. And there's so many of us fighting behind you, telling that you can, but, kind of seeing it from the outside, not being, Will, and I'm sorry, not Will, but like Mike and Dustin and Lucas and all of your actual friends who know what you're capable of. Because Mike was full on Will's like support system. You got it, it's okay. Like he was there hearing it. But I feel like the adults around or like the people around just underestimated him because he was so small and like everything. I feel like your inner character is Will. Because at the end of it all, you come out and you're like,
I feel like her outer character, like I see as Matt's. That's not her inner
Ooh.
character, but I see her as like Matt's.
I love
You got the
that.
hair too?
Yeah, that too.
Yes. I feel like I'm a
see it.
Steve.
I see it.
I'm a Steve.
It's because like you care for us
Yeah,
as kids.
I'm a
My
Steve.
6 little nuggets.
I have more than 6
More
nuggets.
than 6, a lot more.
Okay, well, before we wrap up today's podcast, I have one final question that I'm going to ask is, and here it goes, would you say that the entire series as a whole fulfilled you, or did it leave you wanting more?
It left me wanting more.
Left you wanting more. Why would you say it left you wanting more?
Because with the end of season 5, it's just like making me wonder whether 11 is alive or not.
Mm.
For the spin-off, if they even tell you, pretty sure they're not. You have to wait a whole another year.
No, more than a year, because Game of
Probably,
Thrones
yeah.
has a spin-off, and it's coming out barely in 2026.
Knowing the Duffer Brothers is going to be way longer.
Way longer. They have to put everything together. Okay, well, what about you two? What do you feel? Do you feel like it fulfilled you, or do you feel like it left you wanting more?
For me, it left me both. I feel fulfilled. I've always said this to my mom. I said it to everyone. Like, I loved the 80s. I loved, like, hearing the music, the vibes, just the people that came out of the 80s and the movies. I loved it.
Yes.
So I loved this whole series that it was based in the 80s, and they finished it off in 89 because they graduated. And,
Oh, nice point. I love that.
Yeah, so they started in the 80s at the beginning, and then they finished it off going into the 90s. So I thought that was a really cool like nod to just heading into the future.
It went right into Paloma's year being born.
Yes.
That's what it did.
But I also see as it left me wanting more because since I'm not a part of the 80s, I was born in '02. Still,
Yeah, that was a way long time, Gabby.
yes, I wanted to see more of different things and not just of this small tiny town in Hawkins. Like I would like to see also like a spin-off maybe of the kids already grown up and they come back like a, how do you say, like an It reference where, you know, they come back.
Ooh, I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. Or like the Harry Potter one.
Yes, and they come back and maybe fight more crimes and everything. Like they don't have to, you know, they've been through a lot, but it would be nice to see.
To see them kind of go back into those roots as an
Yes.
adult,
Yes.
protecting their kids. Love that.
How
Okay.
would the Duffer Brothers do the 90s?
Oh, not even how would they do like us right now? Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
With the phones, everyone would be like,
and just on their phone.
what about you, Pablo?
I feel that it fulfilled me. I don't think that there should be anything else after this. Like obviously, there's a lot of what we talked about today, what they could have done better. I always feel that whenever they try to do like something else when they're older or
something goes
whatever,
wrong.
it's always like, yeah, what is
Yeah.
this? You know?
Yeah.
Like a sequel.
Yeah, no, I think it ended. I like whenever, it's weird, but I like whenever endings leave you guessing.
I like that.
I love those endings.
I love that because it just, it's like up to us. And
In our own imagination.
in our
what
own
we
imagination.
propose.
Yes, we can always get, oh, maybe this and this, but that's the whole, I think that's the whole point.
Yes.
And it ties back to Dungeons and Dragons about imagining. And that whole game is just a game of imagination.
Yeah.
So having that ending where you don't know if she's alive or if she did sacrifice herself, that's for you guys to think. So that way you think, like, that's why the whole I believe thing. Yeah, but I definitely, it leaves you with that question and it makes you want more, but deep down inside, you know, like a part of it's already closed.
Yeah.
And I like the spin-offs. I like the idea of the spin-offs, but like they said, it's not going to have to do anything with the original.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I like when
It's gonna be a
spin-offs go
side.
backwards.
I love-
You know,
I
I
love
like it
prequel-
more.
like
Like
prequels
I
and
love
stuff like that,
prequels.
yeah.
I feel like when they go farther, it's just like usually they're gonna live a life like anybody else. That's what's gonna end up happening. You know, they get some therapy, they do their thing, and then we kind of move on with their lives, and then they kind of just build up on themselves. But knowing where it came from,
Yeah.
that's where I'm
You
like,
can't mess with the
thank
original.
you.
It's kind of like Star Wars.
Yes.
You know, like obviously with the Star Wars, all the new stuff, I think it's crap. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But whenever they did the prequels,
Yes.
and they do the spin-offs, but during the actual the foundation, it's
Yes.
awesome because it's like, oh, okay, and they put little bits and pieces of the original stuff that makes it so
Yes.
good.
I think
Yes.
that's
But
the
they could do that.
tie-backs.
They could do that maybe in the future. Maybe something happening during
Yes.
Stranger Things
Yes.
that'd be like, oh look, this happened, right?
Yes.
Whatever. It
Yeah.
could be a lot of things.
It also gives the actors and actresses a break, which I think they fully deserve. They put
Oh,
their
yes.
whole childhood into this show. And like me growing up with them, because I grew up at the same time as them,
Yes.
I definitely see like now as a young adult, I do feel like
How old were you when the show came out?
I was 14 when the show came out. I was 14. Now I'm 23. So it really, yeah.
Adds
Time
up,
flies.
y'all.
It adds up. I didn't think I would grow this old. But I do think, you know, Millie's a mom now. She adopted a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really want to see the actors and actresses go into other movies and shows.
Or
Like,
stage
or
plays or,
stage plays,
musicals or
Broadway.
possibly what I feel is gonna happen is Mike, what's his real name?
Finn.
Finn. I know them by their character names, you guys. I feel like Finn is literally gonna go behind the camera and he's going to be
Like a,
the next Steven
I
Spielberg.
think Finn is
Oh.
gonna focus on his music career, just like Joe Curie. I do love their music. I know I saw Joe at ACL. He was
Yeah.
a really good, like, singer. I loved it, and I do think that might happen with Noah Schnapp. I don't know what he's going into, but I did know he went back to college. So I did like that.
I know that he's doing business. I think he's doing business, but I mean, you need business for everything if you really think about it. In a way, business can kind of, it's like a multiverse type of degree that you can take business into anything.
I'm excited for Sadie Sink.
Me too.
I am so excited for her to be in the Marvel universe that it's making me like jump off of like the edge of my seat. I am so excited.
She's gonna direct or produce a movie.
I love that.
that's
I love
it.
that for her. I think for
They're gonna do
myself.
a new Mummy.
Oh, that's scary. That scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Return or something.
The Return of the Mummy.
We already had
I
Return
know.
of the
I know.
Mummy.
It would be like the.
Is it going to be like the Return of the Return?
The
Yeah.
Return
Okay.
of the Return.
Anywho, I feel that I am fully fulfilled. I love the way they put everything together. I think me knowing, like, I put a lot of productions, stage productions, everything together. We can't always get everything right. So it's kind of like the choices that, the brothers had to make alongside the guidelines that they had to follow. So I truly 100% am fulfilled. I feel that they made their own story. They kind of put Stranger Things on a shelf alongside so many iconic cinematic movies that we watch, and a Netflix series that's not even streaming on a cable platform. And I mean, for me, that's important because to me, Netflix will always just be a streaming platform. Mm-hmm. I think streaming platforms are fine and they're great, but it's nothing like being on a channel that gives you commercials. Like to me, it's special to me. So that's what I feel about it. I feel like I'm fully fulfilled by the Stranger Things series. I want to thank our special guests for taking the time to come and talk to all of us about their opinions and their thoughts and everything that they felt about the series entirely. And what I want to say is to our roomies is I can't wait to have you back in the fulfillment room. Bye.
Bye.